Ever heard of the theory that the moon landing was a well-dressed Hollywood set directed by Stanley Kubrick? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into one of the most entertaining conspiracy theories out there. Now, don't get us wrong, we love a good Kubrick film as much as the next film studies student, but this theory, it's out of this world. Literally. Welcome to Conspiracy Theory Debunked. No tin hats required. Picture this. It's the 1960s, and the space race is in full swing. The United States is desperate to beat the Soviets, so to mess with the Reds, and to justify millions in spent dollars, they enlist one of the greatest directors of all time, Stanley Kubrick, to stage the moon landing. I mean, this would have been a ludicrous thought a couple of decades ago, but then I watched Wag the Dog and Argo, and I've got to tell you, this might be one video that bites me in the... But for now, let's picture the scene. We've all heard stories of how meticulous Kubrick was about his filmmaking. The man was known to demand over 100 takes for a single scene. Imagine him trying to get the perfect shot of Neil Armstrong descending the lunar module's ladder. Cut, Neil, baby, darling, that was terrific. Could you do that one more time, but this time with a bit more gravity? Okay, that was a poor joke, and I think that was less Kubrick and more Alan Smithy, but you get the picture. Let's pause for a moment. If you're enjoying this video, why not give it a like? And heck, put in the comments what director you'd want to get the job if they faked it today. I'll tell you mine at the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more hilarious conspiracy theories debunked. So is Neil Armstrong's one small step a giant leap for mankind or a giant leap for Hollywood? Stay tuned to find out. Now imagine trying to keep a secret this big in Tinseltown, where gossip spreads faster than you can say alien abduction. But let's dive into some of the evidence that conspiracy theorists use to suggest that the moon landing was faked. First up, we have the fluttering flag. You've probably seen this in old moon landing footage. The American flag, proudly rippling in the non-existent lunar breeze. But wait a minute, there's no air on the moon, so how can a flag flutter? Well, it's not exactly flapping in the wind. The apparent flutter is due to the flag's horizontal support rod being twisted into place. Once it was let go, the flag naturally oscillated before coming to rest. Next up, we have the absence of stars in the photos. Conspiracy theorists argue that the absence of stars in these photos is a clear sign that they were taken in a studio. But here's the thing. Have you ever tried filming a shiny surface, like a picture, and you get real mad when light from a bulb reflects off the photo and you can't see what you're trying to film? Well, the lunar surface is so reflective, and the astronauts' suits were so white, that the camera settings needed to be adjusted to avoid overexposure. This, combined with the bright sunlight, meant that the dim stars simply didn't show up in the photos. And let's not forget the seemingly perfect lighting. Some claim the only way the astronauts could be so well lit in the shadow of the lunar module is if there were additional, artificial light sources present. However, this can be easily explained by the reflective nature of the lunar surface. The sunlight bouncing off the moon's surface is more than enough to illuminate the astronauts. But before we completely debunk this theory, let's take a commercial break. And if Chris Williams from Wimbledon College is watching this, give us a shout. We miss you, man. Welcome back, folks. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of why this theory is as full of holes as Swiss cheese. So, we've all heard the claims. The moon landing was a Hollywood production. But let's think about this for a moment. How would they have managed to keep such a colossal secret under wraps? Let's do some quick maths. Over 400,000 people were directly involved in the Apollo missions. That's more than the population of Miami. Now imagine trying to keep a secret within a small group of friends. It's virtually impossible, right? Now multiply that by 1,000, no, 10,000. The sheer number of people who would have had to keep this secret is mind-boggling. But let's say, for argument's sake, that they somehow managed to pull it off. They've got the world's best poker faces and can keep a secret better than your grandma's secret cookie recipe. What about the physical evidence? Ah, yes. The moon rocks. Those pesky moon rocks. Brought back by the Apollo missions and distributed to labs around the world, these rocks are quite literally out of this world. They possess unique properties that are only possible to acquire from the lunar surface. Now, unless the folks at NASA are also expert alchemists, creating moon rocks in a lab is a feat that's just beyond our reach. But let's not forget the technology of the time. The 60s were a groovy time, no doubt, but they didn't exactly have the technological capabilities we have today. Faking the moon landing would have required video editing and special effects that were simply not available in the late 60s. The tech to fake it wouldn't even exist for decades. And then there's the Soviet Union. The Cold War was in full swing and the space race was a major part of it. If the Americans had faked the moon landing, don't you think the Soviets would have been the first to call them out on it? But they didn't, because they knew it was real. But hey, if you're still not convinced, there's always the option of believing that the Earth is flat. Oh wait, we debunked that one too. And like I mentioned earlier, Argo is a film about how the CIA used a fake sci-fi flick to rescue Americans from Tehran. And Wag the Dog is about a film producer who helps manufacture a war to cover a presidential scandal and win an election. So Hollywood has played its part in many a cover-up. Which camp do you fall into on the topic? Let us know in the chat. So if the moon landing wasn't faked, where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with one of the most monumental moments in human history, a moment that forever changed our perception of what is possible. It leaves us with the reality of human progress, the result of countless hours of hard work, determination, and a spirit of exploration that is inherent to our species. The moon landing was not just about planting a flag on a foreign celestial body. It was a testament to our ability to push beyond boundaries, to reach out into the unknown, and to do the seemingly impossible. It was about proving that we, as a species, have the power to shape our own destiny, to reach out into the cosmos and say, we are here. It was a step not just for a man, but for all mankind. But here's the thing, conspiracy theories like the fake moon landing can be fun to entertain. They add a dash of mystery and intrigue to our lives, don't they? They make for great dinner party conversations, and let's be honest, who doesn't love a good plot twist? But it's important to remember the value of critical thinking. To question is human, but so is to seek the truth. It's okay to ask questions, but let's also be ready to accept the answers, even if they don't fit neatly into our preferred narratives. So let's keep questioning, let's keep exploring, and let's keep debunking, because the truth is often more fascinating than fiction. And hey, if you've enjoyed this dive into lunar conspiracies, why not subscribe to our channel? We've got a whole universe of theories waiting to be debunked. And if you're feeling particularly generous, why not share a video or two? Your lizard boss would appreciate it. And don't forget to put in the comments who your choice of modern-day director to fake the moon landing would be. For me, James Gunn, no doubt. Neil is about to step out of the shuttle when he spots Rocket and Groot playing cards in a crater. Keep questioning, keep debunking, and keep those dinner parties exciting.